The Wolfpack didn't just change my real estate business, it changed my life. Today, I am quickly breaking down the biggest lessons I have learned from our record breaking group, the Wolfpack. Lessons that will help you, no matter what brokerage you're at, build a business and a life that you love. If you watched Tuesday's episode about DMs and last Friday's video about whatever's normal, do the opposite, today will make even more sense because at the Wolfpack, I have learned all these principles about caring and serving deeply and building a system of compassion and caring more about people and serving than you do anything else and building a life that matters. And I want you guys to understand that your business, it's very important that you are surrounded by the right people. Someone that I knew once said to me, "Show me your friends and I'll show you your future." And I don't know where they got it, but I think about that often. Who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with? Are they helping you grow? Are they tearing you down? Are they a positive asset to your business and life or not? One of the things I love about my sponsor, Jeremy Kane, is he challenges me to grow. I don't want to be at a place or brokerage where I'm the smartest person in the room or the top producer. I have said to so many people, if you're the top producer at your office and the best agent, you need a new challenge. You need to get out of your comfort zone. If I was the top agent anywhere, I would leave today. And so, really, one of the lessons I've learned is that proximity is a cheat code, right? You can try to figure out real estate alone, or you can learn from people that have built the life that you want. You can. And I want to be around the people that are crushing it. I want to be around those people. I love that I get to watch Jeremy Kane and Louis Galt and Mike Sherrard and Connor Steinbrook grow every single day. Back in October, and if you've kind of seen what we've built, we have this group now called Carbon Collective. And I watched Louis Galt, who is Jeremy's sponsor, right? So he'd be like my grandfather. I watched him at EXPCon say, I don't want to play small anymore. I want to grow bigger. I want to be better for our agents. And out of some late night 2, 3, 4 a.m. discussions, Carbon Collective was born. Louis crushing it. He has almost 500 agents, but he wasn't content to just sit back on his laurels. He wanted to help and serve others. And so proximity to that is a cheat code for me to always want to be around people that help me become better and help me grow and challenge me every single day. I still remember that Jeremy Kane was the one, he's the reason that this icon trophy is up here. I really believe it. And of course, God blessing my business. But he said, "You're going to be an icon agent." And I said, "No, I'm not." Well, proximity to someone who believes in me and pushes me to be better made me better. Another lesson I learned this year is that content is not a chore, it's an asset, right? I've been talking to you guys since September about content. The Wolfpack in our group helped me understand that every video, every post, every comment, every DM, like we just talked about, is a genuine relationship, which could lead to a future client, a future agent, a future opportunity. And it's just about caring. Remember the Zig Ziglar quote, right? It's not about serving yourself. Go back to it. If you give enough other people what they want, eventually you will get what you want. And so it's all about serving people first. I've learned that so much. I've watched Jeremy Kane and Louis Galt and Mike Sherrard and Connor Steinbrook serve me so much, get on calls with me, Zoom meetings with me, and just really serve. And I've watched them live this. They give without expectation, they help without conditions, and they have this mindset of serving and helping. I've also learned in my time at the Wolfpack, especially this year, that the system beats the hustle. The hustle drains you, and if you have a system for success, it will sustain you. Another big lesson, and it's so interesting. This is basically our second to last video of the year. It's been such a fun journey. It really has. I've learned a lot this year to stop playing small. I hosted an event this summer around Jesse Cole and the Savannah Bananas, sold tickets for $1,500, $2,000. Never thought I'd charge that much for an event, and I sold it out. I've watched these leaders like Jeremy, Louie, Connor, Mike, and just always been encouraged to stop playing small and be willing to kind of like play big, right? Before the Wolfpack, my goals were tiny. And so I've realized that when I'm around people and I dream bigger and plan bigger, I achieve bigger and the world expands and my business has grown so much. Another huge lesson I've learned and I'm excited to kind of share is and this is important no matter what brokerage you're at, multiple streams of income matter. It does. Real estate commissions are amazing, but I have to say that like a revenue share or whatever you have is so powerful. This has been a hard year for so many realtors. Well, guess what? My revenue share quadrupled this year. So that meant I could serve my agents and had to chase the hustle culture less for deals. Warren Buffett has this great quote that says, if your salary is your only source of income, you're one step away from poverty. So many realtors out there, you say that you believe that, but you're living a different way because you are chasing deal after deal after deal. So I want you to understand the revenue share has changed my life, but no matter what it is for you, I want your lesson from this to be you need multiple streams of income. My final lesson that I learned this year that I want to share with you guys is be yourself, loud and proud and bold. The Wolfpack has never said to me, be more like Mike or be more like Connor or be more like Louie or Jeremy. They encourage me to be myself, be loud. And I've done so many things this year. It's wild to think like, we're 5 days away from the end of the year. It is so wild to me. I've done so many things this year that I never would have done or believed in myself to do had I not had amazing mentors and leaders like Mike, Connor, Louie, and Jeremy. So you guys don't have to do this alone. Real estate is hard. It is so hard, but it's harder when you isolate yourself. It's harder when you're on an island. It's harder when you don't have support and training and encouragement like you need. But if you can really lean into coaching and training from mentors that you have, and you should have good ones. And if you don't, please reach out. You can grow. You don't have to do this alone, and can become so life-changing when you build it with people. My greatest joy in my life, except for my love for Jesus and my wife and my kids, is my agents, right? I love serving my agents. I love the 50, just over 50 agents that have joined me at the Wolfpack and have grown their business that way. And I love building it for them. And I work hard every day, yes, for the Lord first, and then my wife and kids, but for them to show them what is powerful for them. So here's what this means. And then I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Whether you're in the wolf pack or not, or these lessons can apply to you. Think bigger, right? Get around great people. Serve first and foremost. Do the opposite of normal. Get a coach that believes in you and wants to help you grow. Build systems for success. Create content and stop playing defense with it and being like, oh, I guess I need to do that, and play offense with it. And be more you. Be bold, be proud, be excited about what you are doing. And if you've ever been thinking that you want to be a part of something like what we have, my DMs are always open. I love DMs. I love messages, and you can just reach out anytime because I genuinely love building relationships through DMs like we recently talked about here. But I would love to talk to you guys anytime about this community and how it's helped me and served me and what it could do for you. But I would just love to talk to you anytime. You guys have questions, anything you want to discuss as we kind of get close to closing out the year in your business, I would love to speak to you. So reach out to me anytime. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and have a great new year coming up. And I will see you guys here on the video channel next week.